I got offered, someone said to me, I want to see you on a podcast with Lily Phillips. You know the woman.
I just had her on.
Oh, okay. I would love to talk to Lily.
I'll set that up for you.
No, I'd love to talk to Lily. And people think that it would be a different conversation. People think I'd be sitting there calling her a whore and asking her why she's doing it. And I see all these podcasts, people are asking her why.
Yeah.
Russell Brand is saying she's a child of God, she shouldn't be doing that, et cetera, et cetera. I have a very different view on it. I think she's a fucking slut. And that's fine. Because the world has always had sluts. You can go back to Jack the Ripper times in the 1600s England. He was killing prostitutes.
Yeah.
There was always whores. Ships had wenches. There was concubines. There was prostitutes all over Victorian England. There's always been whores. And there's always been wives. The only problem we have in the world is that men get it confused. Men complain about whores when they find a whore, fall in love with her, and try and expect her to act like a wife. And then the men are like, oh, these hoes. Men love hoes. We all love. There's not a man alive who's going to pretend he doesn't love hoes. When you go on a boat and you have 5 girls who are prepared to gangbang on the first day, you ain't fucking wives, G. You just got a yacht. Now you got 5 10 out of 10s from Ukraine on your boat. Before you know it, they're all naked. That's fine. That's fine with me. The problem is most men do that and then they fall in love with one of them because they can't control themselves.
Right.
And then they're like, no, she's actually a good girl. No, she told me she only been with 5 guys. No, and they start buying her handbags and then she cheats and they're like, these women. Well, then you're a fucking idiot. I think that whores have a very interesting, perhaps not admirable, but it's a part to play in society. Let her be a whore. She wants to be a whore, let her be a whore. They have a job to do. Any man who tries to treat her like a wife's a fucking idiot. So as a man, life's actually very easy if you keep everything in its place. If you let your cat drive your fucking car, then you're a dummy. If you keep your cat as a house pet, everything's fine. If you keep your hoes as hoes and treat your wives as wives, everything's great. If you haven't got enough fucking peanuts upstairs to stop your heart falling in love with a pair of tits on a slut, well, then you're a dummy. But I could fuck hoes all day and not give a shit about any of them. It doesn't bother me. And then I could find a good girl who's a wife and I could tell she's different because I have so much experience with women. I could say, no, she is different. She deserves to be treated differently. So I have no problem with sluts. The problem is with men who can't tell the difference between a slut and a wife.
Most men can't.
Most men can't. Well, the thing is actually interesting. It's not that they can't, it's that they don't want to. It's that they don't have enough choices in the world so that when they get a whore who's a little bit prettier than all the other girls they've ever had, they try very hard to activate the cognitive dissonance and convince themselves that she's really not that bad.
Right, that's so true.
That's what they do. Yeah. Oh, she's not really a slut. Bro, no, bro, she was at the club last night. Oh, yeah, it was her friend's birthday. They'll do anything to defend it. And then when they get cheated on, they're like, oh, how could this have happened? Like, if you're a realist about all of these things, whores shouldn't be a threat to you as a man. Sluts shouldn't be a threat to you as a man. I would never sleep with Lily Phillips in a million years. I find it repulsive. But let's imagine I did in some strange scenario. I wouldn't then have fucking feelings for her. I mean, what kind of man can't... I'll be honest. If you're a man and you can't have sex with a girl without catching feelings, then you're a fucking chick. You're a fucking chick then. There's men who can't have sex without falling in love because they're gay. If you've been around the block, no, that's not how it works. I can have sex with you and not fall in love with you. Of course I can. Of course I can. The woman should fall in love after sex if she's not a broken person. Right. If she is a broken person, then she's like a man too. And there's nothing involved with this. So it's actually the whole problem with this men who are shaming sluts all the time. The reason they have so much internalized hatred is because they can't tell the difference between a slut and a wife, or they meet a slut and want her to be a wife. Whereas for me, I actually kind of, believe it or not, respect Lily.
Wow.
Because she just fucking owns it. I respect Lily for saying, I'm a slut and I get paid and I'm a whore. More than I respect the girl going to nightclubs, meeting men, saying, I'm not a whore, I'm not a slut, when she does the same shit. When she's swallowing fucking loads. I respect a girl, I respect honesty. I respect honesty. I respect a girl like Lily Phillips more than I respect most girls in Miami clubs pretending they're going to church on Sundays. Because they're fucking not. Yeah. So I just like people who tell the truth. Like if a man... I'll be honest, would you rather a man come up to you and say, yeah, I go to church every Sunday and he's a murderer, or a murderer come up to you and say, I'm a murderer? Which would you prefer? Murderer. Yeah. You'd be like, okay, my Glock's loaded. I'll keep my eye on you. Thank you, sir. I prefer the honesty of it all, to be honest with you. So everyone complaining about Lily Phillips, guys, there's girls doing the exact same shit. You don't know about it because they're not honest, and you're fucking marrying them. You're fucking marrying Lily Phillips. You're out here getting, oh, I met a girl. We're in love. She wants a big wedding. She's been doing Lily Phillips all fucking college. You fucking marry her, you idiot. You're complaining about Lily for telling the truth? Wake up. 90% of these girls in fucking Miami and Dubai and LA are Lily Phillips. And you're fucking marrying them. In fact, you're going on fucking date night, trying to keep her happy at IKEA on Sundays and holding her hand in Instagram posts saying, ooh, I found my Pookie. And you wonder why I call you a fucking homo. She's got more jizz in her than a fucking dude has in his ball. Like, she's basically a fucking man at this point, the amount of sperm. So, yeah, I have no problem with a girl being honest. I think she's honest about it. I have no problem with her. I think the world would be a better place if we could just get two kinds of stickers. If we could just get wife and stick wife on one group of girls' heads and whore on the other girls' groups. If you just go through life, you walk in the club, some girls have wife on their head, some girls have whore on their head. And you can decide, am I looking for a wife or am I looking for 3 whores tonight?
Yeah.
Wouldn't the world be a better place?
Way better.
Well, there you go. So honesty is the solution. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. So thank you very much, Lily Phillips, for being very honest about your life choices. You've chosen the oldest career path in history, prostitution. It's not new. It's always been around. People are talking about what Lily is doing is some brand new thing, which is terrible. There's always been sluts. There's always been prostitutes. Always. Congratulations for following an age-old but successful career path. I respect you for being honest about it. I'm not going to try and stop you doing it. I don't give a fuck if you continue. I'm not going to sit here and be like, what Lily's doing, oh my God, all these fucking Christian conservatives online. What Lily's doing, oh my God, it's disgusting. Bro, you need to worry about your own daughter. Because I guarantee your own daughter's doing the same shit. Your own daughter's doing the same shit. It's just not on fucking camera. Don't worry about her. Worry about your own fucking household. I'm glad she's honest. I don't give a single fuck what she does. I couldn't give a fuck less what Lily Phillips does. I don't care. I ain't getting paid. I don't give a shit what she does. And I ain't going to fall in love with the bitch, so I don't fucking care. She could swallow loads for the rest of her fucking days. I don't care.
You posted on X, all women are sex workers.
Yes, I did. And what I was trying to do through my provocative but insightful post was try to explain the values that each gender has. Because women are judged by their attractiveness nearly exclusively. And men are judged by their usefulness nearly exclusively. So I say things in a thought-provoking way, which of course angers people who can't fucking think. But the point I was making is that women's primary agency is sex. So a woman primarily tries to find a husband who takes care of her entire life, and in exchange for that, she gives him sex. If she can't find a husband, then she goes on OnlyFans or Instagram, which is also the same as OnlyFans, basically, if you look at the content, or does porn. And instead of having one customer, a husband, she has a whole bunch of customers that take care of her life in exchange for sex. And if she's fucking ugly, she has a job, a real job, a man in the man's world, where she gets a DEI hire because she's not as good as a man. That's what the ugly chicks have to do. But the pretty ones sell sex, all of them. Now, is that a bad thing? Not really. And is that true? Yes. When I tweeted that, my girlfriend said to me, I'm not a sex worker. I said, you drive a Mercedes and you live in a house I pay for. She goes, yeah. I said, all right, let's stop having sex and let's see what happens. She goes, well, what would happen? I said, well, then you lose the Mercedes and you wouldn't be in the fucking house because it wouldn't be taken care of if we don't have sex. She goes, well, yeah, but. I said, no, but you're a sex worker. You give me sex and you get money. She goes, okay, fine, but I don't want to be called a sex worker. So she knew it was true. She just didn't like the name. So what I'm trying to explain is that females are judged by their attractiveness. This is the bottom line, and it's true. Men are judged by our competence and our capabilities. So we're not sex objects as much as we are competence objects. The world looks at us, other men, society, and women look at a man and say, what can he do? What is he good for? And if the answer is nothing, well, then you're scum. Nobody gives a shit about you. You have to be capable. Easiest way for this to be proven is next time your woman has a problem and she comes to you, say, I don't know. Next time your woman goes, my car is broken and I can't find a mechanic. I don't know how to fix it. Instead of being her problem solver and saying, I'll take care of it, baby. You say that, she loves you. Say this. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know. It sounds hard. Bro, she'll fucking dry up. You won't fucking fuck her for a month. Because you're expected to be competent. You're a problem solver. Your only use is fixing things all of the time. Most of the time, that takes a bunch of money on top. That's what you're judged on. And your woman is judged by her sexual attractiveness. Again, this is for some reason illegal to say, but it's the truth. Women weaponize the thing they have, which is sex. And men activate the thing they have, which is competency. This is the bottom line. This is why a man on a date will lie, usually, about how important he is, or who he knows, or how capable he is, or how strong he is, or how connected he is, or how smart he is, or the places he's been, or how wise he is, or he'll lie to amplify his perceived competency. And a woman will wear makeup, which is lying to amplify her perceived attractiveness. Because a woman is selling sex and a man is selling competency. This is perfectly fine. But if it offends you, you're a dipshit because it's true. This is just the bottom line of it. And women will admit it. My beautiful women will say, yeah, you do this, and they'll say it in a joking way. Or they'll send me they'll send me TikToks of like a girl who's just like doing her makeup all happy, and the man's in the corner of the room trying to fucking work out all this complicated shit. That's just the way it is. She gets to be cute and happy and smiley, and I get to be miserable and successful and rich. And that's the bottom line of it.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.